of Dr. Joel Zuckerbrand. I would like to welcome you and your family to make an appointment today for an eye exam. Even though the name has changed, we are still providing the same family-friendly eye care as Dr. Z. We are located at 8 North Main Street in Jewett City. You can also find Griswold Eye Care on Facebook and send us a message. Don't forget that eye exams correlate to your whole body health too. It's not just new glasses and contacts. So come see me, Dr. Katina Simmons, at the all-new Griswold Eye Care, formerly Dr. Zuckerbrand. Hope to see you soon.
Hello, I'm Miranda Mahoney, Project Coordinator of Griswold Pride, your drug-free community coalition. We want to help you keep your kids safe during this challenging time. Social distancing is still in effect, and so is the social host law. Reports are coming in that teens are contracting the virus at underage drinking parties. Parents, allowing underage drinking on your property could land you in jail for up to a year, plus fines. Another reason why you should not provide alcohol to our youth. For more info, go to griswoldpride.org. griswoldpride.org. griswoldpride.org.
Life is full of choices. At Jewett City Savings Bank, we can make one choice easy, finding the right checking account. We offer a range of affordable accounts to fit your budget and needs, and each gives you the freedom to access your money the way you want, online, through our mobile app, or with your debit card. It's your money and your choice. To learn more about the account that's right for you, stop by one of our offices or visit us at jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
There are two types of traffic control devices that require drivers to come to a complete stop before proceeding forward: red lights and stop signs. According to statistics published by the National Highways Traffic Safety Administration, an average of 2 people die each day in the United States in automobile collisions caused by someone running a red light, and over 120,000 are injured. 45% of all crashes occur at intersections where someone often has a stop sign or red light and fails to stop and or yield the right of way after stopping. When the driver fails to stop for a traffic control device, the results can be deadly, particularly if they are rushing to beat a yellow light. Failing to stop constitutes negligence on the part of the vehicle operator. The following has been brought to you by Griswold Health and Safety.
All right, time to take a look at the weather forecast right now. For Eastern Connecticut, here he is, Paul Lash.
Good morning, everybody. Right now, the temperature downtown Jewett City is 28 degrees. Well, could be some flurries of snow around this morning, possibly early. Then overcast for the rest of the day. Highs will be somewhere around 29 degrees. A little bit of wind, 10 to 15 miles per hour. For tonight, cloudy, becomes relatively clear after midnight. Lows around 15, so the temperatures are on their way down. And of course, for Tuesday, mainly sunny. Highs will somewhere around 34 degrees, a little bit of wind. Of course, for Tuesday night, clear skies with a few passing clouds, lows around 25. And that's your weather from SNSN on this first Monday of the new year, 2022.
Your community radio, live from Main Street.
Mike Minarski and Paul Lash in the morning and 80s all day and night.
SNSN.
Like they always say things that aren't stupid usually. And when they are stupid, it's funny.
What's up, Paul?
Not much. How about you?
Welcome to 2022.
I know.
We have a new feature we're going to debut today.
Uh-oh.
I know you can't wait. It's the Paul Grumpometer.
Oh, man. And I wasn't grumpy this morning.
Well, I will be the judge of that, sir.
Okay.
The Paul Grumpometer is something that, now see, here's the thing. Ever since Paul's been here, there's always been some sort of, when Paul walks in, he's a little crotchety about something.
Well, you'd be crotchety if you woke up late too, or early, or whatever you want to call it.
Come on. So we're gonna, let's see. I can't see what those things on.
Talk about getting old.
So here we go. We're gonna put. What else can we do? But when we do the Grumple Meter, is put Paul's mug right up on the screen. There it is.
Oh man!
It is now time for the Paul Grumple Meter. Today's Grumple Meter, out of a possible 10 being the worst.
Oh boy,
Paul, today was a mild 2. A 2.
Oh my God!
What?
Look at that picture.
I told you it was an older one.
Oh my God!
You look ticked off. So I mean that's the picture of Paul I see all the time. Just a little bit older looking, but Walks in, he goes, "Hello, how are you? Yeah. Now, these people are parked out there.
So a mile today.
Yeah, you're in a relatively good mood considering.
Maybe it's the new year.
So 2 out of 10.
Wow.
Two being the better, the lower end of the scale. You want to be.
Oh,
so
okay.
Maybe
it's the new year.
Maybe it is.
I haven't been in the new year long enough.
Give it a couple of days.
Oh, yeah.
So the Paul Grumpometer is 2 out of 10. He's not that grumpy today. You know where I got the idea?
No.
All right. So there's this thing there's this guy on TikTok named John, and he has a dog.
Yeah.
He's a pug. And he's a 13-year-old dog.
Yeah.
And they do a thing called Bones or No Bones. And if what he does is now Noodle, who's the name of the dog, he's pretty much half dead anyway. I mean, he was like,
"Are you insinuating I'm half dead?"
No. I didn't mean like that. But you put him, you stand him up, and if he stays standing up, that means it's a bones day. Meaning he woke up, he's got bones in his body, right? But if he goes falls right over, it's a no bones day.
Okay, gotcha.
So I guess this would be the equivalent to a bones day. So it's a bones day for Paul.
Oh, it's good. Let's not use bones. Let's use another word.
Testosterone. Yeah, that's a 10 out of 10 right there, baby. Woohoo! Oh God! So you're getting your eye replaced.
Yeah. They
won't
be
Not bad.
Yeah, they would call me One Eye anymore.
So that's what, Tuesday,
Monday,
next Monday.
Yeah.
So you're getting it's basically the lens, right?
Just the lens inside. They put a lens inside your eye.
Yeah. Weren't you born with one?
Of course. They kind of wear out, I guess. Yeah.
I guess you've exceeded your expectations.
I guess so. Yeah.
So you're going to get a lens put in your eye.
The second one. Yeah, this will be the other eye now.
God, it's amazing. They can give you a new kidney. They can give you a new liver.
Yeah.
They can do lung and heart transplants.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
But you still need a pill for natural male enhancement.
Yeah.
There you go.
I haven't done one of those transplants yet.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's one of those things. So
one of those things.
It's one of those medical anomalies, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah.
So, but think about it. Of all the things they can do, there's still things they can do.
Yes. Yeah. That's true.
God. So how was your New Year's Eve?
It was very, very quiet. Didn't do much of anything.
No.
Watched a lot of shows on Netflix.
Did you really?
Yeah.
We Melissa picked a couple of movies, and I gotta say, she's picked a couple of really good ones that we really enjoyed.
Yeah.
We Coming to America 2.
Oh,
we watched, and that was very, very funny.
Was it?
Especially if you saw the first one.
Oh, I don't remember if I saw the first one.
Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall.
Yeah, I think I saw it. That was a long time ago.
If you've seen the first one,
it was a long time ago.
Then it's really good. It's a pretty good movie.
Very good. So no, our Netflix was just some shows that there's a guy from Vegas who was made extraordinary things out of chocolate. And it just got interesting what they were making out of solid chocolate.
Yeah.
I mean, unbelievable. Yeah. So that's what we watched.
That's what you watched.
Yeah.
So it was pretty much non-exciting.
Not exciting at all.
Did you make it to midnight?
Oh, yeah.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I think it was like 12:30 or something like that. Although we missed the ball coming down because we watched other stuff.
Well, the ball's got COVID, so it's on. It stayed home for
I watched it on
contact tracing.
Yeah,
purposes.
we watched it on reruns.
We didn't. Let's see. Melissa didn't make it because she had to go to work in the morning, but I made.
Yeah.
And I watched it on my phone actually.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
So I'm glad. Are you glad that the holidays are over?
Yeah, done. That's good. Yeah.
I'm.
Next one, Valentine's Day.
I'm glad that they're done.
Yeah.
How about you? How about you folks in the chat room and SNSN Good Morning Land?
Yeah.
Are you glad that the holidays are over, or do you wish they would continue right on through? See, because now we're in the the part of the year where it's just dark, dingy, and,
Yeah. Well, you got Valentine's Day coming up
and Groundhog Day.
and Groundhog Day.
Martin Luther
Valentine's. They already got Valentine's Day candy in all the stores.
Yeah, the people already have their groundhog trees up. It just moves one from one right to another.
I know.
It's constant.
Yeah.
Hey Donna, good morning. He is glad that the holidays are over.
Yeah.
So am I. I really am.
Yeah. Yep.
I made it through without going into debt.
Yeah.
I did.
That's good.
It was-
Yeah, I think I don't think a lot of people bought a lot of stuff this year.
I think they did. I just think it hasn't come in yet.
Yeah, it's still off the California coast.
Still off on a boat somewhere.
Yeah,
It just
it's-
hasn't made it yet.
It's off the California coast.
Jeez.
You kind of wonder what they're going to do with all that stuff.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
So with the new year comes new things.
Yep.
New laws.
Yeah.
There are 10 new laws that I know of that we'll go ahead and we'll see how many we can get to this morning.
Yeah.
But one of the biggest pieces of news is the resurgence, of course, of COVID-19. Even the New London Day. I was reading Mike DeMauro over the weekend, and they had said that the top sports story is COVID-19.
Yeah.
Because it wreaks havoc. It's over everything.
Yeah, the NCAA is actually a lot of college games are being canceled. I know both UConn men and women are canceled.
Well,
Number of games. I don't think they stopped playing for another week or 2 weeks.
there was an email that was sent out through the University of Connecticut, through faculty and, of course, to the students. And we posted an article, a short article on it on snsonline.com that the kids were supposed to come back starting on January 15th, but there's going to be a 2-week delay.
Yeah.
So the move-in date is now January 29th.
Wow.
They are going to hold classes from the 15th to the 29th during that time frame, but they are going to be all remote.
Gotcha.
So the spring semester has started early, or it's going to start late.
Yeah. I know Lamont wants all the kids back in school.
Mhm.
He made some comments about that during a news conference over the weekend. He wants all kids back in school. So,
well, I know. I mean, I've spoken a bunch of times to superintendents in our area, and they've all said that their goal is to. Well, I mean, the main message I got was they want to keep kids in school.
Yeah.
That's their goal, is to keep them in school, keep them learning inside of school.
Yep.
So, I mean,
and I'm not sure if the COVID is the variant that's probably going around now, not necessarily full-blown COVID as we knew it back last year.
Uh-huh.
I think that's what it is.
Okay.
That's the one I think is causing the issues. I mean, you don't get deathly sick on this one.
Yeah, but enough to really knock you out.
Oh, it knocks you out.
Yeah.
Definitely knocks you out.
But there are still people that are going into the hospital. Hospitalizations are on the rise again.
Yeah.
In New London County, there's about 65. I think they have 65 cases now that are people are hospitalized.
Yeah. Which
2 months ago was diminishing. It was down to like 30, 28, and it kept dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. But all of a sudden, it spiked again.
Yeah.
So
plus the flu's around too.
Huh?
The flu is back.
Yeah, I know. After 2 years, it has made a comeback.
Made a comeback. Yeah. So people might get confused between flu and COVID. I mean, because I guess they have a lot of similar symptoms.
Yeah. Well, then again, the superhero we know as Omicron.
Yeah.
Is not as powerful as they thought.
Yeah.
But very contagious.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Which is probably why the positivity rates have gone through the roof.
That's what I mean when I say I don't think it's the COVID we knew a year ago. It's this new variant that's probably the one that's causing all the numbers to spike.
So now they're doing a whole bunch of different. They keep changing the rules as far as contact tracing and health department requirements.
Yeah, they want to drop it down to 5 days.
It's 5 days now.
Yeah.
The State Department of Public Health, they released new guidelines just this Friday. That they say that fall in step with the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. It cuts the recommended quarantine time to 5 days.
5 days.
While suggesting a person during those 5 days wear a mask while you're, in quarantine.
Sure.
There was one very big Connecticut school district that told parents this weekend that it will not follow the latest state guidelines, citing the high rate of COVID cases in the community. So schools still, have an opportunity to call their own shots.
Oh, of course. I would think that school district is probably...
It's Norwalk.
That's what I figured.
It's Norwalk, yeah.
Yeah, they're closest to New York. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, it's understandable, I guess.
Right. And also there are new protocols for work.
Really?
If you tested positive for COVID-19 and you are not showing symptoms or whatever, you can stay at work.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
And I think that it's about freaking time.
Yeah.
It's about freaking time. I mean, we've all lived in this fear of the world's going to shut down because COVID-19 says I'm going to hang out for a while.
Right.
But now it's like, okay, it's the Center for Disease Control has taken a look at it and saying, all right, well, you know what? It's not as bad as the other one. Let's keep working.
It's about time.
Right.
How long are we going to go on? Forever?
I don't know. Of course, you don't want that to happen.
Of course not. Yep.
So the new guidance is there. So the question is our schools, other schools within the state, are they going to go to remote learning for the first couple of, or they're going to follow suit with like UConn, where they're going to be remote from the 15th to the 29th, which is 2 Saturdays. It's from Saturday to Saturday.
I don't know. Good question. I don't know. I think it would depend on how many students are actually being affected. So, I don't know. I mean, you gotta remember too that the UConn students, you got them coming from not just the state, but they're coming from other states.
Yeah.
So that's a little different. Where
not just other states, but other countries.
Yeah, and talking about locally, most of the kids here, if they didn't go someplace for vacation, most of them have stayed in the same town. So,
well, the one thing that was in that email from the University of Connecticut was that there are some kids that can't possibly wait those 2 weeks because of travel plans or wherever they're coming from.
Yeah.
So they are, and so if there is a question of housing insecurity, then these kids are going to be allowed to come back with instructions.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So if they have to come back, and that's the only time they can get there.
Yeah.
Because they've already made the plans, and you can't just change the plane ticket because
what already happened. A lot of planes, a lot of airlines are canceling.
Yeah.
So get on board now because you may not.
So the other thing is too is they mentioned that if you have a food plan through the University of Connecticut, and you're not going to be there for those 2 weeks, that you will receive credit for that.
Oh.
Well, why not? You're not going to be eating the food.
Be calling for takeout.
They're not going to. God, one of the biggest businesses in college towns around the country.
Yep.
DoorDash.
You got it. Yep.
No. Who the hell wants to go out and get stuff, right? You can have it delivered right to your door.
Absolutely.
For an incredible fee. Have you ever ordered DoorDash? You know how expensive it is to order DoorDash?
No.
Huh. Yeah. First of all, the food is more expensive on a DoorDash menu. I think it's like 15%.
Wow.
And then you have a delivery fee.
Yeah. And then if you want to tip them.
Then you got to tip the guy or girl or whatever.
Right.
Well, you'd want to anyway, I would assume. You always want to tip. But
yeah.
so that $10 value meal now becomes an $18 value meal.
Yeah. But then you still don't have to go out, get in your car and go get it, wait, pick it up, bring it back.
You still got to wait.
Yeah, well.
Still got to wait.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but it's the convenience of having it on your doorstep. Oops. So,
Well, yeah, there is that convenience to do
Yeah.
so.
so that's what you're paying for. Yeah. So,
And also, here's something, Paul, that I'm sure it'll be near and dear to your heart. Good morning, Court. Happy new home valuations for 2022.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Are you thrilled about that, sir?
yeah.
What happened to yours?
30 grand.
What? Your house went up 30 grand?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. I am absolutely sure.
And I don't have a real fancy house, so I can imagine people who live in some pretty good sized houses. It's going up more than 30 grand. But I don't think the mill rate has come out yet, though, right? I mean, they showed you a bill, but I don't think the mill rate. I don't think come up with a new mill rate yet. So, but people are not happy. No, not happy at all.
So will this coincide in real estate sales?
I don't know. I think you're going to find. I think you're going to find that.
Is it going to affect mortgage rates?
Yeah, I think in 2022, I think you're going to find the housing rates are going to. I mean, houses are going to drop.
Laura said the Paul Grumpometer just went to 8.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what that means in taxes. They're going to find. I think everybody's upset over it. That's for sure.
Over the
increase. Yeah, I mean, what they based it on, I don't know. I mean, they didn't go in your house; they just simply walked around. I mean, if nothing changed for crying out loud over the last, 5 or 10 years, whatever the hell the last time they did it.
I told you when we bought the house up on Hill Street.
Yeah.
They they didn't even come inside.
No, they didn't go inside
at all.
No,
They not at once.
no. So I don't know. It's like wow, but
And then they said we had 2 fireplaces.
really,
Yes.
wow.
We had 2 fireplaces. They said,
Wow.
and the reason why they said so is because they said that there were because there were 2 smokestacks, or
Well, that doesn't mean
2
anything.
chimneys. No, I know. All it meant was it used to be a duplex,
No.
and the people that owned it before us turned it into a single family home.
Yeah. But I have 2 stacks coming up
Mhm.
too. It was the same thing. But
Yeah.
it was,
They also said we had hardwood floors.
so what?
I said, how do you guys know this? I said, the guy didn't even come in.
Yeah, what if you replaced them? I mean, come on. Yeah, I don't know what they based it on. I really don't. But
What kind of fixtures do we have in the toilet? Can you tell me that?
right? I don't know. It'll be interesting to. I mean, a lot of people want to appeal it, but I think your chances of winning are like, 50-1 maybe. I don't know. You're not going to beat it.
So would you say right now, the court just says that the mill rate will be set by the Board of Finance during budget season.
Correct.
Now, so right now is the time to buy or sell.
Yeah. Well,
Get it done now
Well,
to buy before, right? No?
sell. Right now's the time to sell because the housing market's up.
Mm-hmm.
Buying, you're still going to suffer because you're going to buy with the new upper prices.
Right.
Yeah. So, but I heard that in 2022 the housing market's going to drop again. Everything's going to go down.
Well, everything's cyclical,
Yeah.
What comes up must come down.
Same thing with used cars.
Mhm.
They're up 20 or 30, 40% right now. They're going to drop in 2022 because the new cars are going to be out available now. So the used car market's going to fall. So now you'll be able to.
Well, there'll always be a used car market.
But they won't be at the level of cost they are now because let's face it, dealers are charging you big time money for cars that are a year old, 2 years old. They're paying more than sticker price.
Well, I had asked an old friend that used to have many dealerships.
Yeah.
And they always would say, you know, we don't make any money on new cars. We don't make any money on new cars, which is really true.
Yeah.
They don't. There's not much in them at all.
Right.
You know, there's a little bit of gross on the top, and that's why they sell, you know, the extended warranties and the financing, and
that's what they make their money.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's a dealer holdback, which they'll get, you know, whatever, but still. And I asked, I said, well, why are you selling new cars when used cars are where the profit is? And he says, new cars create a used car market.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
Well,
that makes sense.
Yeah, that's the problem going on because the chips are still kind of rare. So a lot
Right, but the used car market will stay.
Oh, stay.
And I think what it'll do is I think it'll stay vibrant because prices are going to come down on used cars. So I think people will buy again.
They'll buy again, and the number of used cars being on the market are going to be flooded again.
Exactly.
And which means now the cost will come down. Yeah.
And that's a good thing, isn't it?
That's a good thing.
You know,
because right now a lot of people want to buy a used car, but not the time.
No, especially when used cars or especially trucks they're selling what, $3,000-$4,000 over.
Yeah, because
and people are buying them. People are spending.
I was interested in a used truck, and when I looked at it, it had like 15,000 miles on it. It was 2 years old, and they showed the sticker, the original sticker on it, and the price they're asking is more than what the sticker is. When they originally paid for it was brand new. You know,
supply and demand, Paul.
Yeah, and then when you
go
really
in
what
there, it is.
Of course, then when you go in there to sell your vehicle, which is a used vehicle, guess what? They give you crap.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, they weren't going to give you for anything for your truck, really.
No, they weren't. Yeah, so keep it. I don't care.
The Grumple Meter is continuing to stay at an 8 for Paul. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a minute. We got new laws to talk about in the state of Connecticut. Some of them are pretty interesting. You know, some of them are, you know, like whatever, but some of them, you know, could make an effect in your life. We'll be back in a minute right here on SNSN.
Don't just wish for a winning deal. Make it Dish, and we'll make it real. Don't just wish, make it Dish.
Hey everyone, this is Ellis Dish from Dish Motors. We're back better than ever with our new sales and service center on Route 32 in North Franklin. Everyone says there's nothing better than dealing with the dishes, and here's why. Selection. We have the area's largest inventory of off-lease, one-owner vehicles of all makes and models. You name it, we got it, or I'll get it for you at no additional charge. Quality. Each vehicle goes through a rigorous 120-point safety and quality check. Nothing leaves the lot without my personal approval. Convenience. We have financing sources for almost any situation. We offer on-site registration processing, and we have maintenance programs for years of stress-free ownership. And now open for all your maintenance needs. Our full-service repair facility, where oil changes start at just $19.99. Call today for your appointment or just stop by. So save thousands and deal with the dishes. Route 32, North Franklin. Or check us out online at dishfranklin.com. Or ring us, 860-383-4750.
Don't just wish, make it Dish.
Your community radio. News and talk every morning. 80s all day.
SNSN.
Your community radio.
Live from Main Street.
Mike Minarski and Paul Lash in the morning and 80s all day and night.
SNSN.
Like they always say things that aren't stupid usually. And when they are stupid, it's funny.
Well, somebody makes a stupid comment. It's Paul.
Aha.
Paul makes the stupid comments.
I didn't even know I made a comment.
We've already discussed a new feature here on the SNSN Morning Show is the Paul Grumpometer. The Grumpometer today has already been decided, but I think it has been raised just a little bit. So there's Paul right there. The Grumpometer was a 2, but Laura has now decided you have gravitated all the way up to an 8, which is pretty grumpy.
That's pretty grumpy.
So just take a look at that. Take a look at that mush right there.
Oh,
you know, look at him.
I saw that picture.
He's ticked off. Look at him.
I don't know where that picture came from.
It's a picture of you, though.
I don't know where it came from.
The only difference really with it in your picture there is your goatee is now gray and your hair is a little more gray.
That's because that's an old picture.
That's it. Yeah, but I mean, you pretty much look the same.
Yeah.
You look the same.
All right.
How do you feel about the Grumple Meter?
Well, we talked about taxes, which is everybody's Grumple Meter.
Yeah.
We talked about purchasing used cars, which is everybody's Grumple Meter. COVID is everybody's Grumple Meter.
We used to do what, the lashing out.
Oh, we used to do that.
Paul
yeah,
Lash,
yeah.
But we haven't done that in, what, 3 years?
No, we haven't done that in a long time.
Long time.
Yeah, that's all right.
You'd come in and you just...
Oh, we would want to do it now.
You sure?
Yeah, maybe.
You don't want to do
But
that?
it's the same old anyway. People, nothing changes around town. It's always the same. So.
Daryl says, can we get a thermostat in the background to keep track of the grump? Yeah, it'll be like a fundraiser. Be like a fundraiser for Paul. You know, let's get him. Let's see how grumpy we can get him.
Oh well.
But you're not grumpy this morning.
No, New Year. Give me a week.
I don't think it could take that long. It's funny too because the whole idea behind the Grumple Meter came from Paul just walking in and being pissed every morning. Don't know why. He just was pissed for whatever reason. It could have been something with something that happened on his, with one of his neighbors.
No.
Well, sometimes.
Maybe.
Or it could be the way people are parked outside.
There you
go. That really sets Paul off. It really grinds his gears. So
people going through the light.
Yeah. Or coming around the corner where St. Mary's is at a high clip of
they think they're on
speed.
I think they think they're on an oval track.
I don't
Not
know.
realizing there's a light here.
No.
I'm waiting one day that somebody's going to come around that corner. Those brakes are going to start screeching, and we're going to have a pileup like you won't believe.
It hasn't happened yet.
Thank God.
I mean, there have been some
close ones. Yeah.
Some accidents.
Yeah.
Here, but not so much.
Not so much. And of course, the new walkway law that you're supposed to stop when somebody's in the walkway, that doesn't mean anything.
No. Why don't you explain what that is?
Well, if you see somebody in the crosswalk, you're supposed to stop and let them walk across the street. But if you do that in this town, you're going to become part of the pavement.
You're going to get mowed down.
Oh, they're going to drive right over the top of you. They probably slip you as a bird because you're in the middle of the road.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and what I've noticed is they get ticked off.
Yeah.
How dare you cross the road?
I don't know. Right.
It happened even just this morning. I went across the road, and on the way back, there was nobody coming, but there was somebody coming off of East Main Street. And, of course, they gun it. Then they see, me coming across the street. I'm already committed going, it was almost halfway through.
Yeah.
They had to slow down. Yeah. And as soon, I'm not kidding you, just as soon as I was kind of out of their way, they gassed it.
Yeah.
It's like, get out of my way. What do you think you are?
Yeah. Well, I guess
someone is going to get hurt
eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hope it's not me.
Huh?
I hope it's not me walking across the street.
No, well, I hope it's nobody, but
yeah, I know.
But yeah, but what about the trucks up and down Main Street?
Yeah, they come around that corner,
right? When they're going north on this road, and then they hit the Y,
yeah,
and you have to bear left, where the church is on the right hand side.
Yeah,
I've seen trucks literally going so fast that looks like the wheels are coming up, and they're almost on their side wheels.
Yeah. Well, they're going to end up in Fanning Park.
No, I think they'll end up rolling the other way, right in the funeral home.
Oh, terrific! Well,
yeah. Hey,
what the hell?
Figured I'd stop by.
Oh, no.
Excuse me. You have any caskets that are slightly used?
Yeah.
No.
Oh well.
Anyway. All right, so let's see. Let's look at some new laws that went into effect on Saturday.
Have you heard about these laws before?
A couple of them, yeah. Why?
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I never heard anything about new laws during the course of the year. So
here's an interesting one that probably people have not heard of. Starting January 1st, accessory apartments, such as garage apartments, in-law suites, or what they call granny pods, which is like a standalone, like tiny house outside, will be legal to build and rent to family or other tenants in residential and single-family areas. The new law also offers an opt-out provision, which allows towns to not utilize the law after a 2/3 vote from the zoning commission and legislative body.
So even though it's a law, you still got to go through zoning to get permission to put that tiny house in there.
No,
No.
the way I read it is it's an opt-out, meaning it's there, but the town can pull out. So like right now, I could do it.
Yeah.
I could do it.
Okay.
And if the town doesn't like it, and if they get a 2/3 vote against it, they can pull it. Like blight, for blight reasons or whatever.
Wow. So you spend all this money with a tiny house.
Mm-hmm.
So they call it blight.
Well, no, I don't know, but maybe
Yeah.
you know what it probably is? It's probably because of taxable income.
Yeah, or too close to the property line.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, so you got to get a variance to put it in your yard.
The law also stops municipal zoning regulations from establishing minimum floor area requirements that exceed proper safety code and helps prevent overcrowding. It also requires regulations to provide for varied housing opportunities and further the Federal Fair Housing Act, while also protecting historic, tribal, cultural, and environmental resources.
Wow.
So that's one of the new laws that probably most people aren't even aware of.
I'm sure no. That's the first I heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was put in for some reason. Somebody wants to build tiny houses someplace.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's been wanted for a while now.
Yeah, so some legislatures probably got his way to build it someplace down south. Yeah.
Here's another one. And this is probably one of the ones that have gotten more play in society. Starting on January 1st, Connecticut employees will be able to earn family and medical leave benefits through the Paid Family Leave Insurance Authority. According to the Connecticut Paid Leave Authority, employees and self-employed individuals have been making a contribution of 0.5% of wages to the Connecticut Paid Leave Authority Trust Fund since the start of 2021. At the beginning of December 2021, employees could begin submitting applications for paid leave benefits and begin on or thereafter January 1st.
So these are the smaller companies for FMLA.
Yeah.
Yeah, because FMLA has been around a long time.
Right.
You know, and I forget how many days you get.
It's up to 12 weeks.
Yeah.
The Act provides up to 12 weeks of benefits over a 12-month period and provides 2 additional weeks of benefits for a serious health condition that results in incapacitation during pregnancy. So like if you're on bed rest.
Yeah. Because I think a lot of companies, if I remember when I was working, like a pregnancy, you get like 6 weeks would be normal when I was working. I don't know what it is now.
Right, but what happens during pregnancy, and you can't do your job because you're put on bed rest.
Yeah.
Now, and how many people say, no, I can't do that because I can't afford to be out of work.
Exactly.
So this goes ahead and hopefully we'll change that.
Oh, okay.
Great. Another law. Hey, Paul.
Uh-oh.
Right up your alley on this one. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So Connecticut law now currently allows for residents ages 21 and up, right?
Yeah.
To carry up to 1.5 ounces and have 5 ounces of cannabis in a locked container in their home or locked portion of their car, right next to their firearm. It currently allows only those with medical marijuana cards who are at least 18 years old to grow up to 6 plants indoors. In 2023, adult use cannabis laws allow all adults 21 and older to be permitted to grow no more than 6 marijuana plants indoors. Now, what happened last year?
We got postponed.
They put a moratorium on it.
Yes, they did.
So, no, the moratorium in Griswold basically put it out for a year that nobody could go ahead and apply for a license.
Right. Where you can send it commercially.
Right.
Nothing stops you from your own yard.
Right.
Yeah.
So, some people were concerned, well, how many different, marijuana selling businesses are there going to be in my area? Well, it's all being controlled by population.
Right.
So I think you could have one for every 25,000 people. So Griswold would get one, and that's it.
Yeah.
That would be the end of it.
So I could rent space.
But they can't do anything right now because of the moratorium. So it's going to push it out another year.
Oh, so we could rent space out of the greenhouse.
Yeah,
Ooh.
you could. Paul Spot Farm,
What do you make?
Hill Street, Jewett City. Now I know why there are days you come in happy. All right. How about another one, Paul, will take advantage of? Erasure of criminal records. Yeah, signed in the 2021 legislative session, the biggest component of the act allows for the erasure of some criminal records starting in 2023. According to the law, people who have been charged with low-level felonies can petition for a court to clear their public records after 7 years if the offense occurred on or after January 1st.
Oh.
So it's got to be on for 7 years. 7 years that's a magical number, I guess.
Yeah.
Whether it's
What
some
about,
sort of criminal activity or bankruptcy, it's all 7 years.
what about those that were
People start getting ridiculous in their weddings and cheap because of the 7 year itch. So it's all about 7.
what if somebody had a criminal thing back in 2015? 7 years would be 22. So does that mean it's erased? Or is it anything going forward? My guess it's probably anything backwards too.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
Yeah,
But I think
I would think so. You just can't go forward and forget about the people behind you.
Other provisions that take effect on January 1st, a couple of days ago, include allowing a judge or jury in a case involving a police officer's use of force. Oh, I'm a totally different thing here. Did I jump? I did. I think I. No, that's it.
Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about, but that would make sense, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the way it reads it has to be there for 7 years.
Yeah.
So if it was 2015,
7 years would be 22.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
This one is going to get a lot of attention. Religious vaccine exemptions.
I think they put that into place. I think a lot of younger kids are not being vaccinated because of religious exemptions.
Starting Saturday, this last Saturday, people who will not be able to claim.
Not able to claim.
Right. So you thought it was the other way.
I thought it was the other way.
Will not be able to claim religious exception for state mandated immunizations for students attending public and private schools, including higher education institutions. Kids going to child care centers, people in the family daycare or group homes. The elimination of the exemption mainly applies to vaccines often required to attend schools, such as diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus, polio, measles, mumps, rubella, and hemophilus, or type B flu, influenza type B.
Yep.
Doesn't say anything about COVID yet.
I would think not, because
it's not mandated.
Not mandated.
It's not a mandated vaccine.
So interesting.
However, this UConn, to go back to UConn, they're going to require vaccination status and booster status.
Really?
To go back onto campus. Yeah.
In other words, you got to have all 3 shots to get back on campus.
Huh?
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What if you don't?
It's remote, baby. Remote learning.
Can they really force you to do that?
Huh? Yeah, they can do whatever.
I don't know. I think they may have some issues.
Griswold opted out as our regulations sufficiently address this already. Which one are we talking about, Court? I'm just seeing this.
I think he's talking about the marijuana.
Yeah, right. That's what we talked about, the moratorium.
Yep.
All right. Yep. Another new law. Now, this is interesting. This one's very interesting. It's and very interesting to me because there have been years and years and years where I have heard the same thing, especially from single fathers, where they've always had a hard time. It's a mom's state. It's this, that, the other thing. Now it's a little different. You ready, Paul?
I'm ready.
The Connecticut Parentage Act.
Okay.
Takes effect. Well, it took effect on Saturday and will ensure equal treatment under the law for children born to same-sex couples. It will also provide equal access to legal parentage rights for children with unmarried or non-biological parents. The new law will also clarify the rights of a non-biological parent in a couple that uses surrogacy or other means of assisted reproduction to have a child, with that, whether straight or gay. It also clarifies the rights of a surrogate who carries a child to birth under contract.
Ooh.
So now they have rights too.
Wow. So that's interesting.
Court says housing.
There's a housing one?
Yeah, we said Griswold opted out as our regulations sufficiently address this already. I was not aware of that, sir. Maybe you would like to come on right now and explain. That would be great information. If you got a camera, Court, we can pop you right in there. Good morning, Joanne.
I think the equal rights parenting thing is a good thing, because not only is it good for females, it's also good for males as well. And the whole thing makes it equal. Nothing, there shouldn't be one parent should have more control over another parent. You're both parents.
Really? That's the way it's been.
That's why
it's been.
Just the way the law is. That's why the law was put in there.
Men don't get shit, dude. Let me tell you right now, we get screwed.
Well, yeah.
And here's the other thing too, and this really, really pisses me off,
Oh, boy.
is that the mic Grumpometer's at 12 out of 10 right now. I just skyrocketed. You have a lot of parents out there, fathers or mothers, both, right, that want to see their kids and have lives with their kids, and their freaking mothers stop it because they have some sort of narcissistic tendency to think that they're the only ones that can provide or whatever. But they still cancel that. They still cash that damn support check, though, don't they?
Wow.
You betcha.
You're up
But
to
it-
20. Go ahead.
Yeah, but then it's the same way for women. All right. Now let's say the guy doesn't want to have anything to do with the kid. Then you got the mother going, please come see your child. Please come see your child. But the ones that do, they stop you. It's ridiculous.
You got a new law now. You should be happy.
I know, but I'm just saying it's
I
absolutely
know.
ridiculous.
I hear you. I've heard this time and time again.
There are many
Yeah.
people, that you have parents that want to see their children, but because you have one parent think that they are God's gift to parenting, that they say, nope, you can't, or I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to step in and do whatever.
Yeah. I hear you. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. So that law is.
And they brainwash their kids.
Yeah, well, that happens, unfortunately.
Pisses me off. I see it all the time.
Yeah, well, I hear what you're saying, but as the kids get older, they realize there's another parent and things change. It all works out in the end.
A lot of head play.
Yeah. So,
A lot of head.
but now you get a new law to protect you. So hopefully your level of will come down.
I'm not saying me. I'm saying things that I
Upset you.
I do. I I'm just sick and tired of the state of Connecticut, being a quote unquote mom's state.
Yeah.
That just because you're the mother,
Yep.
that all of a sudden you have, it's like when you say you have joint custody, it means nothing.
Yeah.
It means absolutely nothing. Joint custody means you have the right to pay child support. It doesn't mean you have the right to visitation.
Right.
You have to go to family services for that. You have to go through all these hoops and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What really means is physical custody. And unless you're doing drugs, or you're not in and out of jail constantly, guess what?
Yeah.
That's going to mom,
Yeah.
not dad.
I
And
know.
it's I'm not saying that I've never seen cases where the dad has received custody of their kids. It's very, very far and few between. Prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong.
What's the next law?
You know why I get really, really emotional about that and really, really angst up is because it's the kids that pay. It's the kids.
Yep.
It's not the mom or the dad or anything like. It's the kids. They're the ones that are caught in the middle. And the kids, they love mom, they love dad. And you have one parent that's pretty much trying to say, I'm the better one of the two. Make a choice. Now all of a sudden that kid's conflicted.
Right.
And it goes much deeper than that. But it's just
Unfortunately, in today's world, having divorce rate is so up there, and you have a second parent or a step parent.
they quit having kids.
Oh yeah, it's like
Quit having kids. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, sure, maybe you want that extra state benefit, but quit having kids.
no, you're right. Mhm. What's the next law?
Well, I want to go ahead. Court just put a
I did.
Court Kenny, accessory and in-law apartment regulations, Griswold regulations address these already, so that planning and zoning opted out at town council advice, as this was an option for the state under the new legislation.
Okay.
That's our legal correspondent, Court Kinney.
Well, that's good because he clarified
Yeah.
what it is in town.
All right, so let's move on here.
Yeah, what's the next one? I'll get you up.
I may need a break. How about use of force by police officers?
Well, you knew that was coming.
How many people want to be cops anymore?
I don't know. That's probably an occupation that I wouldn't want to go into.
Back when I was a kid, you'd hear kids, would say, I'm going to be a police officer
Right.
someday. I'm going to be a fireman someday.
Right.
You don't really hear that anymore.
No.
You don't hear, I want to be a policeman.
Well, because it's a very dangerous job right now. Because look at the one that just happened in New York. The guy was sitting in his patrol guy and somebody come up and shot him in the head.
Yeah.
That just happened over the weekend. I mean, and I blame the mainstream media for that because, but New York brings them in and lets them out. But they got a new mayor in town now, so we'll see what he's going to do. He sounds like, and he's an ex-cop.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be interesting what he does as the mayor of New York City.
The new rules in Connecticut will limit the instances in which a police officer's use of deadly physical force is considered, quote unquote, justified when making an arrest or preventing escape. In order for the use of physical force to be considered justified, officers must determine that there are no available reasonable alternatives to using deadly force, and that using force will not create unreasonable risk to a third party. It also allows officers to use deadly force if they deem an escaping person to be a significant threat to others.
I mean, that's a split-second decision.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough decision to make. Somebody, to use
Exactly.
force like that. It isn't something you can sit down. Let me analyze this and figure out what the hell I'm going to do. You can't do that. It's a split-second decision. So it's going to be tough.
The new law also establishes criteria to evaluate whether or not the officer's use of force was objectively reasonable.
Yeah.
And examines whether the officer's unreasonable conduct led to an increased risk preceding the use of force.
Yeah, but
Meaning, did they aggravate it?
Yeah, hindsight's always 20/20. You know that. When you look at it at the end, you're going to say, "Oh, yeah, now you can look at it a little different."
This was initially supposed to be in last April, but they delayed it till now. That's an interesting one. That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Got some comments on that. Joanne says, "Let the police and military do their job." She also says, "Criminals have more rights."
They do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Victoria, good morning, Victoria. My eldest is a police officer. Thankful he's not in Connecticut. I am more worried about his safety as a police officer than I was when he was a Marine.
Absolutely. Because that's what the media is doing. That's what social media is doing. Everything against the cops. You know. But it's even the politicians are doing that crap.
Mm-hmm.
Let's face it, that's what's going on. They're supporting that crap.
Yeah, take the cops away and then see what happens.
They're already finding it out in Minnesota and Washington, what's
Yeah.
happening. Look at Chicago.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
It's true.
and even New York City, the mayor would let them come in and let them go out. Thank God the new mayor hopefully will stop that. I mean, I wouldn't go to New York City now when he paid me. I mean, come on, let's face it. But I agree. I definitely wouldn't. That's an occupation that I would definitely never go into, or
It's a hard one.
or even ask somebody to go into.
Yeah.
I recommend it relative for anybody to go into that occupation. No. Anywhere. Nope. Because you got a bunch of wackos out there who think, you know, shooting cops is a great thing.
Shooting anybody.
Well, I agree, but you know,
Do you think now all of a sudden it becomes a trophy?
yeah, because it makes them look like they're big, you know,
Mhm.
showing off to people, you know.
Yeah. Let's see if there's, because I'm not looking at the screen right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's oh yeah, here we go. Victoria also says it's become a policy of catch and release. It's not working.
Right.
Crime is escalating, and we are shutting down prisons.
Yeah, they let them out.
Connecticut shut down 2 or 3 this year.
Yeah, because I guess it was a financial reason why they shut those down. I mean, they didn't let them out.
No,
But there was I guess they.
but they're also not putting as many people away. Like Victoria just said, it's catch and release.
Yeah.
A lot of these folks that are committing, you know, even these low level crimes,
Yeah.
are they're getting some sort of time, or they used to.
Right now they get out.
They're just out,
walk.
yeah,
Yeah, walk in and walk out.
because they're not considered violent criminals.
Well, that's what's happening with a lot of the youth, teenagers pulling all this crap.
Yeah.
That's a law I'm surprised they didn't change, because they go in and they steal cars or do any, you know, go into do crimes and they get away with it. They walk out. And meanwhile, certain people getting hurt. You know?
So we didn't have that. I don't think we had this type of crime back in the 70s.
No.
Not like this. I mean, we had other sets of problems.
Yeah, but I mean, stealing cars is nothing new,
Right.
but not to the level in what they're doing now.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Home invasion,
That's new.
you know,
Yeah.
over the last, 20 years?
Yeah.
You know, look at Dr. Pettit, you know, in Cheshire, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
he lost his family,
Yeah.
Got out of medicine, became a state legislator, and is remarried and has another child.
Yeah.
But talk about, I mean, how many people can actually rebuild or even get over that?
That's very tough.
It is very terrible. It's
That's
terrible.
Yeah, absolutely. And those guys are still alive.
It's 2 of them, right?
Yeah, we're paying for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're paying for it because it's wrong to give them the needle.
Right.
It's wrong.
We don't have the death penalty in Connecticut anymore.
No, we don't. I think a lot of states have gotten away from it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's not humane.
That's what they're saying. But what about what they did? That's not humane. Come on. What they did?
I mean, it used to be death penalty for parking violation, for crying out loud.
Yeah. I'm looking at that poor trucker for crying out loud. Remember where the hell was he? Got 164 years?
Yeah.
I mean, they reduced it. They took a...
And it wasn't even had anything to do
It
with
wasn't even
him.
his fault. I mean, we had a similar incident. If you remember, we had a similar incident in Simsbury. Remember that truck came down the hill? It ran into the intersection where and that truck had violent... I mean, there was something wrong with that truck.
Mm-hmm.
And he killed like 2 or 3 people or something like that. I don't think he even got 164 years, for Christ's sakes. Yeah, that was like...
Did he get any time?
I think he got some... Yeah, right? Yeah, because he was the owner of the truck, and I think it was his kid or something. But they had a lot of violations on that vehicle. It was like safe at all. Yeah, but this was a little different.
Yeah,
but they did drop off some years though. But I don't know what he ended up getting. But I think they took 100 years off or something like that. I don't know.
Avon Mountain.
Avon Mountain is correct.
Which is, I think, Simsbury, isn't it? Or
Simsbury.
Isn't that Simsbury,
Simsbury,
Victoria?
Yeah. Yeah.
West Hartford.
Yeah. Yeah, he was coming down the mountain and he lost his brakes. He went through the intersections and killed a bunch of people. Yeah. Yeah. Same type of scenario.
Moving on.
Yep.
Here's a new one. This one's
new law.
Oops. I just skipped right by it too. Want to be an organ donor? Are you an organ donor?
I am not an organ donor.
No.
My organs are so old, they ain't worth a shit.
How do you know? Certainly not your eyes.
Yeah.
Those are getting replaced. Wait a minute. They may take the new ones. Why not? All right. Where were we? Past that. All right. Here we go. Public Act number 21-156.
Yeah.
Living organ donors.
Yeah.
Protects living organ donors from discrimination when obtaining insurance from life, disability, and long-term care insurance providers. Any discrimination that falls into this category is considered a violation of the Connecticut Unfair Insurance Practices Act, which prohibits unfair business practices from insurance companies.
Wow.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I didn't even know that. Yeah. If you're an organ donor, it's right on your license. Your license says you're an organ donor. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And whoops. Education on blood oxygen devices for COVID-19.
They put a law in effect for that?
Yeah. Connecticut Department of Public Health is required to develop educational materials on pulse oximeters, the device that detects the amount of oxygen in a patient's blood.
But you just put that on your finger.
Yeah, I know. Specifically, the educational materials must contain information on the device's tendency to produce an inaccurate blood oxygen level for patients of color other than white patients.
I'm not aware of that.
These materials are required to be posted on the Department of Public Health website by July 1st of this year, as well as distributed to healthcare providers, pharmacies, in-state medical schools, health carriers, and pharmacy benefit managers.
Wow. See, my watch has
an oximeter on it?
Yeah, it has it on it. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you breathing?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's a special app. You just press the button and it measures it. Yeah.
And I don't even know what this means because I don't know what half of this stuff means, to be honest.
I don't either. I mean, everybody gets that when you go into a doctor's office. They always put that little thing on your finger.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Yeah.
In the psychotropic drugs.
Yeah.
Psychotropic, is that like drugs you get in the Bahamas?
I don't know.
I don't know. Starting January 1st, 2022, certain health insurance providers covering outpatient prescription drugs will be prohibited from requiring a health care provider to subscribe a supply of outpatient psychotropic drugs greater than what is deemed clinically appropriate among other cost-sharing positions.
Don't know.
To me, that sounds like they can give them more. And then I got 2 words for you. Street value. The new law also prohibits mental care benefits provided under state law with state funds or to state employees from requiring a healthcare provider to prescribe an outpatient psychotropic drug in a quantity greater than deemed clinically appropriate.
It's amazing that they came up with all these laws, and this is the first we hear of them. They were, did anybody ever hear about these before? January 1?
A couple of them.
Yeah, but
I guess their stance on that is that the Connecticut.gov website, has everything on there, and you can go to the House of Representatives, and you can look at everything, and which is true. I think the problem is, and this goes into social media again, is that people are generally lazy on social media. They don't go looking for anything.
No.
They don't even look for the oil prices. It's actually harder to go into your town's social media, like little site, and say instead of just looking it up yourself.
That's true.
But that's, I don't know.
I don't get it.
I don't either. I don't either.
So are there any more laws?
That's it, man.
That's it.
Those are the 10 that I got.
Wow.
But anyway, this information is always available, and I was talking about people don't go looking for it.
I don't think I've ever been
do.
to the state. I don't think I've ever been to a state legislature's website.
Yeah, they're not hard to get to.
I know they're not, but you never think about going there.
And they're not hard to navigate through.
I've never gone there.
They're not hard to navigate through.
No, they're
another site that I have never found a problem navigating through, and I still can't wrap my head around it.
What's that?
Where people in Griswold are saying that the town of Griswold website is difficult. I don't see how. There's a left side menu.
Yeah.
You just hover your mouse over, and it gives you every selection you want.
Yeah, I think a lot. If you look it up on your phone, it's tough. It's not a phone website.
Okay.
Because if you look on your phone, everything's over. You can't even see everything.
You know what? You
turn
can turn it sideways, and you can either you can pan in and pan out.
Right.
It's still there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just I'm not going to poo-poo anybody that has a problem with it.
Yeah.
But I've never had a problem with it.
We heard that they wanted to enhance it and change it, but I don't know.
I don't know what they can do.
I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is.
You look at the side menu, right? Yeah. Everything is right there.
Yeah. No, you're right.
And it's like, so I don't know what's difficult about it. And if it's difficult, what is difficult about it? I would like to know, because I'll tell you. I'll tell you how to get somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what? Matter of fact, let's do that in a second. Let's get into the Griswold, the town website, and why it's not hard.
Yeah.
At least I don't think so. So we'll do that in a minute. I'm trying to. What's going on over here? Is my play out working? Try this.
Here's a look at your local weather forecast.
Your community radio.
Live from Main Street.
Mike Minarski and Paul Lash in the morning.
All right, maybe not. I don't know what's going on here.
I don't know either.
This is what happens when I don't put my damn glasses on. See, that should go. This is weird.
Oh.
Let's see. Hold on.
You buy better. Better than birds. Much better. So much better than birds. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better than birds. You buy better than birds. You buy better.
new season is upon us. Let's not fall into bad habits and let another insurance policy go by without review. Our offices are open and our licensed agents are available to shop your policy coverage and prices with dozens of insurance companies. Phone, email, 24-hour chat, or a good old-fashioned face-to-face meeting. We offer it all. Home, auto, business, and life. The Burns Agency has been a trusted, full-service insurance solution in your community since 1932. There's no better time to start saving than today. The Burns Agency, Norwich, Dayville, or online at burnsagency.com.
Better Burns. Much better. So much better at Burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better at Burns. You buy better at Burns. You buy better.
When you take your car in for an oil change, a good mechanic will also take care of other routine maintenance to make sure your car runs safely and efficiently. Protecting your health isn't much different. When you get a COVID-19 vaccine, it's important to make sure you're also protected from other serious but preventable diseases. It's easy and convenient to get other routine vaccines at the same time as a COVID-19 vaccine. So make sure you ask a healthcare professional about other vaccines you may need to maintain your health.
All right, we're back here at SNSN. So Mike and Paul.
All right.
So I want to take a look at the Griswold Town website and just to give you an idea, really how easy it is. So hopefully you can see this on your screen here. And I'm just gonna there's the home page, right? Griswold-ct.org. And then you take a look. It says, and there were different there were different menus up on the top. There's government. Look at that. And you get a drop-down menu, boards and commissions, departments, different forms, and other town agencies. But one of the big things that I hear is like, oh, I can't get to any kind of like meeting agenda. Well, that's the easiest thing in the world to get to on this website.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. So here's the website. And then you just go over to look at it. Oh, meetings and agendas. And you click on it. And there you go. And it shows you exactly. Like, for example, the borough of Jewett City has a meeting. Because why? It says January 3rd. You click on it, and there you go. That's it. That's all you got to do. And this is everything that's going on at the borough meeting tonight, as presented by Borough Warden Tim Sharkey. Everything right there. It's 2 clicks. 2 clicks. So let's say, you want to go to a past meeting and you want to check minutes. Well, guess what? You just scroll down a little more.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one up there, look, the Board of Selectmen. And then there's minutes that go all the way back to July of 2020. Mm-hmm. So, like, here's the latest minutes, which is 12/14. There you go.
Yeah.
It's all there. So it'll give you, so the minutes right here, I mean, really, oh, look at that. There's me. Discussion possible joining Mike Minarski to a regular member position of the Recreation Commission. But, and this right here, it was nothing but an overview. And if you want more information, all you got to do is email the town clerk. You can get the audio portion of the meeting because it's public information. It's public domain.
So where do you find the listing of phone numbers?
Phone numbers?
Yeah. I can never find them.
You know what I do? I go on my phone. Hey, Siri, call Griswold Town Hall, Main Street, Jewett City.
Yeah, you can do that, but how do you know what the extension is?
The extension? You listen. It tells you. Thank you for calling Griswold Town Hall. For the selectmen, dial 1.
Yeah.
For the office of the town clerk, dial 2. It tells you.
If you want to talk to somebody else.
It gives you all the departments.
Oh, okay.
It gives you every single department.
Oh.
So, I'm not knocking anybody that, doesn't get it, or it's very easy.
Gotcha.
And I think really we've gotten to a point where we're lazy, especially on social media, because we're so used to information being served up to us, on a platter. Mm-hmm. It's like, here you go.
Yeah.
And I think, and myself included, I mean, this is not, I'm not pointing fingers because I'm pointing them at me too. Because there will be times I'll say, oh, I didn't even see that. Well, why didn't I see it? It's because I didn't look for it. Yeah. That's my own damn fault. Yeah. But sometimes you have to go to, people don't want to hear it. I mean, they get mad when you tell them this, but it's like you have to go to individual sites or individual pages or whatever to get the information that you want, because you can't really, I feel you can't wait for it to come up on your news feed, so to speak, on whatever social media site that you use. The information is always there. Yep. I've never had a problem finding information one way or another within minutes. But the thing is you got to look for it. Yep. And a lot of times, go to griswold-ct.org. Spend 5 minutes and just move your mouse around. You'd be surprised, because one of the biggest complaints that I hear is, information is not out there. Well, yeah, it is. It just maybe, people put too much stock in Griswold now. They put way too much stock. And if somebody doesn't post it, then nobody knows.
Right. And you don't even know if the information is correct.
Yeah.
Half the time it's not, unfortunately. Yeah.
But it's like, hey, I saw it on the internet, must be true.
Yeah. I agree.
I can't tell you how many times I just kind of troll Griswold now. And it has nothing to, I'm gonna tell you, it has nothing to do with, say, like Carl Lucier. He's the guy that runs the board. Mm-hmm. That's a job, folks, you don't want. That's a job you do not want, because that's tough. He's under scrutiny all the time. All the time. Yeah. And he does a great job. He does a really good job. But I go through and I troll through, and I'm like, just laughing, because I'm like, no, but I'm not going to sit there because, it'll just start some sort of war, on Griswold Now or whatever.
There's been wars on it, that's for sure.
Well, let them have it. I don't want it.
Yeah.
And there's more people just being picayune instead of saying, well, no, hold up. This is what I found. Right. Everybody's finger pointing and stuff.
Yeah.
So
very interesting.
That's why I don't get into it. But you say it. You said it. Most of the time, it's not correct.
It's not correct. No. Because sometimes I look at some of the stuff that people post and say, where the hell did they get that? And I won't respond.
Especially with stuff that happened down at town hall.
Right. They have no clue.
And the information is being given by somebody that didn't go to the meeting and had not read the minutes or nothing.
Exactly.
Or didn't even watch anything online.
You're right. Exactly right.
And they're giving advice.
And I sit there and I laugh, and I will never respond because, there's been a couple times where
sometimes I get aggravated.
Yeah, I get aggravated as well. But yeah.
The only thing that I can say that maybe that I would agree with that people would have a hard time getting to is the Board of Education stuff, because the Board of Education obviously is it's like all part of the town, but it's a different entity, right?
Yeah.
They do their own thing. They have their own website, as far as where they post their minutes.
Yep.
But if you go down further and further and further, scroll down on the town's website, it says Board of Education, click here, and it takes you right to it. And then you don't have to do anything. You just look, and there are 2 columns, one with meeting dates and then minutes.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people go to the town website.
I think a lot of people think that Griswold Now
is the town website.
Yep.
You're right.
I think that may be their impression. So.
Yeah. No, you're right.
But I'll be the, and I'm not trying to ride the horse of the town, but information, it is there, and it is available. And just because it doesn't get posted, please don't assume that it's not there somewhere.
Yeah.
You may have to just find it yourself, but it's by just hopping on the town website there. Just want to show you how easy it really is to get that information.
Yeah.
So
I would think the next information will be coming out would be related to the test kits.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in the state, so I don't know when Griswold's going to do it, but
Daryl just made a Daryl from the Healthy Computer who made a nice suggestion here, and he would be the guy that I would listen to on stuff like this and many more things. Daryl says if you're looking up info like that, and it could be anything, not just town stuff. It could be state stuff. It could be whatever, medical information, whatever. Get a laptop or a larger tablet.
Yeah.
You miss a lot on the phone screen.
exactly. And I think that's what a lot of people are doing, looking at it on their phone, and you miss a lot of it. He's correct, because I don't think there are some websites that you can change it to like looking at it on your phone. There's two ways you can look at it, either through the web or on your phone. I don't think the town has that capability in their webpage.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they have a mobile site. Like, for example, snsnonline.com, our website.
Yeah.
We have a mobile site, and we have one
website.
that's formatted for just like a laptop or a desktop computer.
Right.
Desktop computer.
So I don't think the town has one.
Maybe, that is something that would be helpful. More
Correct.
so.
And then people could see the whole thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's probably why they're
And I
complaining.
think, I want to ask Kevin Cunningham this too next time I talk to him, and I might send him a message if he's not listening right now, as a matter of fact, is that I think that was one of the things that the town of Plainfield did with their website, because their website's very, very easy to get to, but there's not a lot of differences.
Right.
If you look, I think there's more information on the splash page, which I think the town could do better on.
Yeah.
I think they could do a lot better. I think right now, it's just like, for example, at some announcements, they're all the way down the bottom on a scrolling screen. I think a scrolling screen needs to be up top.
Right.
That way it's easier for residents to see.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not going to be the one to say, well, it's hard or easy to do, because I don't know anything about formatting websites.
Right.
Jesse from O&E Customs across the street, he's the one that does mine. So, and he knows I don't know squat.
Yeah.
So he's the one that does all that. So, anywho. All right, Paul, thank you very much. The Grumple Meter went from a 2 to an 8.
I came back to a 2.
You're down to a 2 again. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us this morning. We're gonna get some interesting guests coming up later on this week. I hope you join us, and we hope you have a good Monday, and get back to work. The holidays are over. Goodbye.
Gambling, tobacco, and alcohol are all legal for adults. For those under 21, providing these things can land you in jail. It's 21 for a reason.
Be someone your child can depend on and trust. Model behavior that expresses you care about them and their choices. Encourage them to wait until 21 to try alcohol. It is 21 for a reason. Visit CIRACCT.org for more information.
Brought to you by CIRAC and funded in partnership with SAMHSA. It's 21 for a reason. Find out more at CIRACCT.org.
Don't just wish for a winning deal. Make it Dish. It will make it real. Don't just wish. Make it Dish.
Hey everyone, this is Ellis Dish from Dish Motors. We're back better than ever with our new sales and service center on Route 32 in North Franklin. Everyone says there's nothing better than dealing with the dishes, and here's why. Selection. We have the area's largest inventory of off-lease, one-owner vehicles of all makes and models. You name it, we got it, or I'll get it for you at no additional charge. Quality. Each vehicle goes through a rigorous 120-point safety and quality check. Nothing leaves the lot without my personal approval. Convenience. We have financing sources for almost any situation. We offer on-site registration processing, and we have maintenance programs for years of stress-free ownership. And now open for all your maintenance needs. Our full-service repair facility, where oil changes start at just $19.99. Call today for your appointment or just stop by. So save thousands and deal with the dishes. Route 32, North Franklin. Or check us out online at dishfranklin.com. Or ring us, 860-383-4750.
Don't just wish. Make it Dish.
I will be right by your side. Women can have it all, including heart attacks. But symptoms like jaw pain, nausea, unusual fatigue, dizziness, and backache are often different and more subtle than for a man. The fact is, heart disease is the #1 killer of women. Know the signs. Learn more at getheartchecked.org. From Women's Heart Alliance, in partnership with Women Heart.
Here's a look at your local weather forecast on SNSN. A 40% chance of snow today, mainly after 10 a.m. Mostly cloudy skies, otherwise temps around 30 degrees. But with the wind chill, it'll feel more like between 15 and 20. For tonight, mostly cloudy skies during the early evening and then gradually clearing with temperatures dipping down to about 14 degrees. And then sunny skies on Tuesday, highs near 35 degrees.
SNSN, the streaming news and sports network.